Welcome to Open Minds 2020. I am Therese X. I invite you to like and subscribe to my channel, Therese X. This is a blog that I created to stimulate mental activity as it pertains to awareness. Awareness, for the purpose of this blog, can be defined as the ability to manage feelings, emotions, and thoughts accurately in any given situation or circumstance. Um, I invite you to leave comments, any type of correspondence, questions, suggestions. Thank you. Can be sent to openminds2020 at yandex.com or openminds2020xx at gmail.com. I started this blog because of conversations that I have with men. Um, Sometimes there are four, five, six, seven guys on the phone at one time on a conference call, random topics, and we talk about a lot of different things. And that is the purpose and the reason. One of the reasons why I started Open Minds 2020 is because of mindsets and perceptions that a lot of men have. We don't necessarily be bad people, because a lot of the things and a lot of the mindsets and perceptions that most of us have as men were pretty much without our consent. You know, you can't choose who your parents were or what your upbringing is or whatever the case may be. But as a man, as an adult man or woman alike, you are responsible for your actions and your behavior. And Open Minds 2020 is about awareness. Uh, it's to stimulate mental activity concerning your thoughts, um, and how you evaluate and process your thoughts versus being reactionary. For a number of years in my life, I've been reactionary to a lot of things. It's just react, and instead of processing it and thinking about it and taking responsibility for it. This video that I'm doing today is about comfort for complacency. Um, I've stayed in a lot of situations way past their expiration date. And upon reflection and writing down some of these things and journaling about some of the things that I've experienced, and I'm sure the things that happen to me are not unique by any stretch of the imagination. I'm like, why did I stay in this relationship this long? Why did I stay here so long? Why did I continuously allow myself this type of anxiety and stress? And why did I do it to myself? It was comfort for complacency. What I have unearthed is when an individual, man and woman alike, identifies with something that they are not, then they take on this perception. In your mind, this is what you become. This is how you see yourself. So no matter what's in front of you, even if it does not reflect how you feel or how you see yourself, you're still going to act in the same manner, redundantly, every single time. And it's like an egotistical identification process, if you will. And it'll cause you to act out. One of the things, and I'm talking about myself, I can only reflect on my personal experiences from people that I've talked to about this situation. And there are some characteristics and certain things that I've noticed to be present when we start talking about comfort for complacency. One of the things that's always present is the blame game. Um, when an individual has identified with something that he is not, and he's wearing it, and it's become part of his personality, one of the things that individuals seem to do is the blame game, the victim. Um, they're this, that, this is wrong, this is not wrong, she did that, he did that, boss man said that, why is they doing this and all this other kind of stuff. And at the end of the day, we use all of these excuses that we created, some might be real, some might not be, to rationalize and justify our behavior. So we use things that we've magnified in our magnificent magnifying mind to validate our dysfunction. And some of us can't see the light for the day. And this is a terrible thing when when you apply this to your companion and somebody keeps saying the same thing to you over and over and over. And we start using those redundant phrases, she always, and every time this and every time that. And, you're going to hear this. And when you're in a comfortable complacency type of paradigm, because you're going to do the same things over and over and over again. Certain situations, certain words, and even sometimes certain people can become triggers, if you will. If you take a look at it, some of us choose individuals as companions that we think that we can manipulate. But these people are actually triggers. They trigger your behavior. And you're going to do the same thing with this person that you did with the last person. Unless you grow. Unless you come into an awareness, which I'm trying to enlighten whoever may be watching this video, come into an awareness that you have accepted complacency for comfort because you've been in it so long. There's an old saying where people say, well, if you sit in doo-doo too long, it doesn't stink anymore. Well, that's about like that's what complacency is. You get real comfortable with dysfunction, and you do the wrong thing so many times till you start to think it's all right. It might not have been all right in the beginning, but it never was all right. But after you do it so many times and you've justified your reason for doing it, is whatever the case may be, and then you'll stay in this situation, and anxiety and stress. And if it's not on you and you're not ready to grow, then you're going to inflict this on your companion, onto your children, onto anybody that's associated, anybody that's in your spirit. You'll associate this negative energy to that person. The destructive behavior pattern is pretty much another sign of the comfort for complacency. Because anytime that your perception is challenged, then you're going to develop a defensive posture, like one of the videos that I've already done, and basically try to find some type of way to rationalize and justify your behaviors and your decision-making process. And this is a very, 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 very difficult thing to get under control if you're not honest. It requires rigorous honesty to be able to look and evaluate your situation. I don't know who this applies to. It may, take what you can use and leave the rest, as I always say. But however, if you're in a situation and you've been here before and you chose this situation, you chose this person, you chose this job, you chose whatever the case may be, you got to get to the exact root nature of why you make the choices that you make. Now, complacency is, I don't know if honesty can be involved in complacency, unless you just don't give a,